Do you remember the first time you saw an 18 plus sign? Like, really remember it. It wasn't just a warning, right? It kind of felt interesting. Like there was something behind it that you weren't supposed to see yet. And that's exactly what made you curious. I remember thinking, what is it that I'm not allowed to see? And no one really explains it. They just say, you'll understand later. But later when you think about it, you start asking a different question. What actually changes when you turn 18? Because it's not like you wake up one day and suddenly become smarter. Nothing magical happens overnight. So why 18? And why is that label everywhere? Movies, websites, games, even books sometimes? At some point I started realizing, maybe it's not about rules the way we think. Maybe it's about something else. Something happening inside us that we don't really notice. Because growing up doesn't really feel dramatic from the inside. Your body changes, sure. But your mind? It feels like you're the same person, just a bit more aware. But actually, behind the scenes, your brain is changing in a way that's kind of hard to notice. There's a part of your brain called the prefrontal cortex. You don't feel it working, but it's doing a lot. It helps you think before you act, understand consequences, control impulses. Basically all the things that make decisions feel clear. And here's the weird part. It's not fully developed at 18. It keeps developing into your early 20s. So technically, when you think you fully understand something, your brain is still figuring out how to understand things. At the same time, another part of your brain, the emotional part, is already very active. So you end up feeling things strongly, but not always knowing what to do with those feelings. And this is where things get a bit confusing. Because during your teenage years, everything feels more intense. Curiosity feels stronger. Attraction feels stronger. Excitement, confusion, all of it. It's not random. It's because your emotional system is developing faster than your thinking system. So imagine this. You're feeling more than ever before, but your ability to fully process those feelings is still catching up. That gap, that's where most misunderstandings happen. And normally, that would be fine. You'd slowly learn from real-life experiences. But now, there's something else in the picture. The internet. Because now it's not just real-life experiences shaping you. It's everything. All at once. One click. And you can see things that were never meant for a developing brain. And the thing is, your brain doesn't just watch things. It kind of absorbs them. Especially when you're younger. Your brain is still building its understanding of the world. So whatever you see starts becoming part of how you think things are. And the problem isn't just what you see. It's how you interpret it. Because if your brain isn't fully ready, you don't just see things differently. You understand them differently. Sometimes in ways that aren't completely accurate. And that's where the 18 plus label actually starts making sense. It's not really about stopping you. It's more like giving your brain time. Because some things need a certain level of emotional understanding to make sense properly. Without that, your brain fills in the gaps on its own. And those gaps, they turn into beliefs. About yourself. About relationships. About what's normal. Think about it like reading a really complex book too early. You can read the words, but you might not fully understand what they mean. Or you might misunderstand it completely. Not because you're not smart, but because you're not ready for it yet. So yeah, curiosity isn't wrong. It never was. But timing actually matters more than we think. Because what you see quietly shapes what you believe. And what you believe slowly shapes who you become. So the next time you see an 18 plus sign, maybe don't think of it as something blocking you. Think of it more like, not yet. Not because you can't understand it, but because you'll understand it better later. And honestly, some things only make sense when your mind is ready for them. And when they finally do, they feel completely different.